And we are live. So sorry for being a little bit late, people. I was also alongside, basically getting ready for this live. I will shortly after the live be heading for a lunch date with one of my friends. So, yeah, but today I want to come on here to do a quick little live stream for you guys, as you guys can see on the thumbnail, the title, whatnot. Came up with like a news last night, which I was like, wait, huh? Like I woke up to the news earlier today and I was like, is this actually true or is this a joke? So basically about um what should I say? Maguire potentially going to Chelsea or Chelsea being interested in getting Harry Maguire. And by then having like a swap deal so that we get Christian Pulisic in return to Man United. That I would not be opposed to that. I will not have a problem with that. But we're going to talk about it. We're also going to be talking about Anthony pushing for a move, basically Fabrizio Romano also confirming by loan to Marseille. So that's very interesting. So all that we're going to be talking about. But if you are new here, then please subscribe to the channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and also join my Fantasy Premier League right here. You can join it. It's for everybody. I'm also extremely active on TikTok, trying to be a little bit more active on my tw- Twitter, on what should I say? Instagram as well, and my other social media such as Twitter. That's just Sophia's Football. It's down below. So yeah, yes, yes, yes. Enjoying the conversation. Feel free to share your own opinions and whatnot on the live chat, as we have gotten a lot of new subscribers as of lately, which I am of course super excited about. But yeah, like I said, we're not going to be here for that long because your girl gotta go out to eat lunch. Let's say hi to the comments here. Ghost says, good morning. Good morning to you too. Ghost, Ghost basically says, I would carry Maguire on my back to Chelsea for free. Oh, oh my God. You better tell him, Ghost. You better tell him. I would join you. I would join you. You know what? We both can carry him. We both can carry him all the way to Chelsea. I would do that with no hesitation. And when I was thinking, why would Chelsea? I mean, let's be honest. This was an article. If somebody writing an article, reports, it's not like heavily um, reported necessarily, but don't be surprised if it will still be here though when the window closes. But there were also possible rumors that Eric Ten Hag is considering dropping Maguire for the Liverpool game on Monday. So that's definitely going to be interesting. I really hope that he does. Please, please. Lord Vegas says, good morning from West Africa, Ghana. Good morning, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. So, yeah, the biggest news of today, right now, is Maguire being rumored. Where did I did have the article here somewhere. Chelsea, basically Chelsea giving like an inquiry about Maguire. Maguire, and yeah, I still feel like he probably will be here, but I'm thinking, okay, let's say he still stays. Just don't play. Sit on the bench. Eat bench is basically what I'm thinking. You know? I don't have a problem with Maguire sitting on the bench. I would preferably want him to go, of course. That would be great. But I don't know if that's happening anytime soon. But yeah, it's been definitely a lot of news outlets is reporting about that. Harry Maguire emerges as Chelsea target in Man United swap deal as struggles continue. So basically, probably maybe as a plan B if Wesley Fofana doesn't go to Chelsea from Leicester. We'll have to wait and see. Or Vegas says, I think Chelsea just make an inquiry and I don't think he is a potential target for them. Yeah, basically, it's more so maybe just thinking, okay, if we don't get Wesley Fofana, we'll see if, you know, Harry Maguire could be an option. I am shocked. Just to even think that it could be a possibility. It probably won't, you know, but let's entertain it for a little while. Let's dream. We can all dream, right? No hate to Harry Maguire. This is not a Harry Maguire hate train, a Harry Maguire agenda patrol or whatever. It's not. That's not what this is. This is us having an honest conversation. You know, being honest with each other and thinking the guy cannot play in this Eric Ten Hag system with the high line. And as Chelsea, I mean, it wouldn't really be completely off, but at the same time, Chelsea fans would cruise. Oh, they will go at him. Nobody wants him. So, but they do play with five at the back, so it wouldn't really be like a completely like a move that would be totally off or that wouldn't make sense just because he would fit in a system like that and he would be shielded by Koulibaly, Thiago Silva and whatnot. But I just it would be amazing if he does go. I would take and I'm not completely a fan of Pulisic or whatever, but seriously, I would take anybody to get rid of Harry Maguire. That says a lot. Ghost says, I think the news of Maguire is just a bit of distraction just to please us fans. That was also what I was maybe thinking. Could this also just be like a, because it just came out of nowhere, just to kind of please us fans because they know like the guy is very much hated by or not really liked by the fan base overall. A guy that gets a lot of scrutiny, a lot of criticism for sure. Not from just Man United fan base, but from, a lot of people around the world. Yeah, he gets it. He hears it. He knows. So, maybe this is maybe like a sign from the board that, let's try to diffuse the focus away from the Glazers right now and trying to use somebody else as a scapegoat or something. They tried it with Cristiano Ronaldo and whatnot. Now they're trying to, okay, oh, look, we bought your shiny new toy. Here's Casemiro. Hello. Get at it. Yes. And now suddenly Harry Maguire would potentially be leaving. Get at it. Come on. Yeah. We don't believe y'all. Ghost says the Glazers are doing panic deals as they see they are potential buyers and the fans wanting them out. That's also a very good point by Ghost. Yep, I agree with that. I definitely do agree with that. Um, yeah, so what do we think? Do we think that mostly this is probably just nonsense? We can all dream. If there's a slight chance that this can be a reality, I will take it. But thing, at the same time, for me, it's like, okay, even if it doesn't leave, I'm just thinking if we can just have a manager that just is willing to actually just put this guy on the bench, the guy's not good enough. um, if other players are getting that same treatment, he should also be experiencing that as well. He can't always think that, oh, my place, my spot is always mine. It's safe. Nobody's going to take that away from me. I'm the captain. The captain can also sit on the bench. What? Why are we like look at, for instance, City and whatnot? Like they do have several captains. They rotate. Kevin De Bruyne sit on the bench sometimes. It's not a big deal. It's seriously not a big deal. You know? That's what I'm thinking. Noza says, good day, Sophia. Good day to you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Very nice to see some new faces, familiar faces as well. Thank you for joining the live. We're just talking about the potential Harry Maguire, Christian Pulisic swap. Very random. Chelsea putting in an inquiry, being maybe a little bit interested in Harry Maguire, but we have to wait and see. Probably isn't really much potential in that news, but whatever. Ghost says it's crazy that Maguire is going to captain Varane, Casemiro, Ronaldo. Oh my God, make that make sense, fam. Make that make sense. You have several times Champions League players on our squad. We have World Cup winners. We have Euro Cup winners. We have La Liga winners. We have, Premier League winner in De Gea. Like, what are we doing here? Are we? We're gonna have a guy that's been relegated twice to captain actual winners, to captain arguably, in my opinion, the best player of all time. What are we doing? Huh? Only at Man United. Only at Man United this shit happens. Sorry for swearing this early on, but whoa! Yikes! Yikes! So it seems to be that, yeah, probably a lot of people might be thinking what I am thinking as well. Um, this would be great. Would be wonderful if he goes, but probably might not happen. Probably wouldn't. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. If you're just tuning in, make sure that you do indeed give this video a big thumbs up. Join the live chat, the conversation, and join the Fantasy League right here. Follow on TikTok, Instagram, and whatnot. And if I didn't say it, subscribe. Yes, what else do we have? Yeah, so basically, the whole Maguire thing, it was kind of like a swap for potentially Christian Pulisic to go the other way. Yes, and I've kind of talked about this, early on this week with Man United not really having a plan. And I just felt like, okay, Christian Pulisic, Chelsea might, I don't know if Chelsea wants to get rid of him or if it is Christian Pulisic pushing to get away from Chelsea. But on his day, definitely a good player, but for sure injury prone. But like for instance, what Nosa is saying, I'd swap Maguire in a heartbeat, but I doubt the club would do it. That's the thing. I would swap him for. I'm telling you, I would swap Maguire for anybody in the world. That says a lot on how low the standards of the club really is. But that's kind of what's going on with this club. We have very low standards, and what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But it kind of, like you're saying, Nosa, it probably. I also kind of doubt that the club would do it. Maybe they're just entertaining the thought of doing it. But I just hope, like I've been saying, I feel like if we can just see the player sitting on the bench sometimes, that would be great. Just, I feel like, why are we rewarding bad performance? If there are players that are better, let them get a chance to play. Why? It shouldn't be that you should be getting like special treatment because you're the captain. But if you're bad, you're bad. If you've had a bad performance, you should be sitting on the bench. That's at least what I think. So I hope that we can change that mindset, change the way that the club is being operated, especially when it comes to management, which I think Lord Vegas is getting into right here. Coming from Lord Vegas, we need to change the management board and the structure of the team, else they can go ahead and sign Messi, Verratti, Kevin De Bruyne, Neymar, Mbappe, but the team will still sink. Exactly, I agree with that. It doesn't matter how many great players we sign. We have to really work on this club, this team from top to bottom. The owners, the board. We have to basically appointing the best sports directors, the technical director. We can't have people learning in the job. What are we doing here? What? You're literally working and managing or whatnot. One of the biggest clubs in the world, in my opinion, the biggest club in the world. We don't act like the biggest club, but globally, like it's a huge club, and we have people that is basically learning on the job. Shouldn't Man United be the blueprint? And I keep saying that in different streams. Shouldn't Man United work and maybe put themselves in the forefront, have a proper like blueprint on how you should operate and run a football club? That's what I hope that Man United can get to at some point in my lifetime. I hope we should be, having a proper training ground. We should have board members. We should have technical directors, sports directors. That's the best of the best. You know, We should have owners that are willing to fully invest in the club's success. You can say, yeah, we're putting lots of money, but you have to put the money in a proper matter. Does that make sense? That's what I think, at least. Go says, I wonder what the club sees in Maguire. Eric Bailly is being loaned out, and I bet he will stay. That's exactly, yeah, to my next point. We're also going to be talking about Anthony from Ajax potentially pushing for a move to Man United. But let's get on to Bailly. So Fabrizio Romano reported basically right before I was going live. Um, where is the tweet here? Let me talk about it. So full agreement reached yesterday between Olympique Marseille and Man United for Eric Bailly. Talks are ongoing with player's agent on personal terms also today. Been told Bailly wants to move. That says a lot. Loan with buy option confirmed. I feel like it's a bummer. Bailly looked so good during preseason, but I think he only played like 2 games in preseason, or possibly, yeah, it was like what was it? I think it was the Melbourne game that he was really good. Um, Maybe the second half of the Liverpool game as well. But the guy, the thing is with Bailly on his day, when we have a fit Bailly is incredible when he's properly fit. But when Bailly isn't fit, then you know doesn't really work. Of course, you kind of have to say Biscuit. The same kind of nickname that I have maybe a little bit for Varane, Biscuit Varane. The injuries are very apparent, and that definitely needs to change. But I would rather have Bailly than to still keep playing Harry Maguire, in my opinion. So I feel like it's a bummer that we're getting rid of Bailly. It's a loan move. I think like if we're gonna be getting rid of him, why not just sell him? Yes, there is the buy option clause here, but regardless, I still do think that this is a little bit like, you know, it's unfortunate. I really believed in Bailly, but I want him to prosper elsewhere and do your thing, brother. You deserve better. You deserve better. He's been promised to get playing time under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, my fellow Norwegian citizen. He signed a new contract at that time and wasn't given what he was promised. So I get it. I completely get it that you want to get away from this club. We have a new manager that doesn't really seem to have Bailly in his plans, so you got to move on. Got to move on. Go says 100 million for Anthony is ridiculous. Yes, that's also what I've heard is ridiculous. Anthony definitely seems to really want to come to Man United, but I know that there's a player from PSV Eindhoven. I think it's Cody Gakpo. I'm not the very best at pronouncing names, if you probably gathered. But that's the potential replacement. But I also did hear elsewhere that Man United are working on Cody as a separate deal, and then the same thing with Anthony. So I'm thinking, so we're trying to get both in. I definitely don't think we should be paying 100 million, not even 80 million. I'm sorry. Like I get that Ajax is pricing him for that because they're like, okay, yeah, he might not be worth that, but for us, to us, he is worth that money because we don't want to sell. And if you guys want him, you got to pay up because we don't have to sell. At this point, we're done our transfer business. We don't have to sell. But if you guys want him, this is the money that you got to pay up front. And that's that. So it makes sense from an Ajax point of view because they don't have to sell, but Anthony is still pushing. He wants to go. He hasn't really been training with the first team, so the guy definitely wants to get that move. But I feel like Man United should not waste 100 million. That's a lot of money. Even 80 million and whatnot. That's even 70. I just feel like that's a lot of money. I don't think that will be a good move. If we can get a cheaper option in another player, w- let's do that. Is what I'm thinking. We definitely do need some more attacking options. Don't get me wrong. We for sure need to do that, but um, it's just not the best um, thing, in my opinion, to spend that much money when we also do need a new right back. Um, I would also love for us to get another midfielder, central midfield, something like in that order would be great. So to break the bank for Anthony, not a good move, brothers. Not a good move. Lord Vegas says Anthony's a very good player and has all the qualities Ten Hag won, but he doesn't. But he's not worth 80 million, and think he have 1 year on his contract. So we have to find a cheap option and wait for him next year. That's also a very good point. Why not just get a more cheaper, smarter option and try to go for him next season? Why not next year? We can do that. Yeah, I haven't seen too much. I mean, I haven't really been following Ajax that much last season, whatnot. I've just heard great things about Anthony, that he is a really good player and whatnot, and of course, one of Eric Ten Hag's former players. So it does make sense that Eric Ten Hag, of course, wants him, and that Anthony would like to be reunited with Eric Ten Hag and get that big move to the Premier League. Although we're in, a horrible space at the moment, but it would of course be a good signing. But the problem is that the money it's too much. It is way too much. So I hope that we go for a cheaper option for sure. Ghost says, I wonder what happened to the De Jong deal because they spent 3 months and he's not coming. This club embarrassed themselves once again. That's oh, sorry. I agree with that, Ghost. I feel like the De Jong deal, or the, I don't know, transfer saga has died down completely. Is the Glazers trying to just kind of, you know, make us forget that by getting Casemiro? We could have just gone for Casemiro at the beginning, though. Like, seriously, I just don't know why we're like rushing. The fact that the Glazers, the board were actually able to get this deal done like that, then you could have assumed that we could have done this weeks ago before the season started. We could have done this. Why did, for instance, Christian Eriksen, was on a free transfer, still took a while for us to, announce that signing and to get him onto the preseason. That was just, yeah, ridiculous. So the board can, if they want to, they are capable of doing quick deals, but I just feel like they're only capable of doing that when they're actually pressured, you know? And that's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. And I don't know, the De Jong deal definitely, probably, most definitely has to be off now. I don't see us going for him, but I don't know. We have to wait and see. The window is still not closed yet, so maybe there's time. I don't know. Nosa says, well said on Bai. He doesn't deserve to sit on the bench, and he showed that during the preseason. It's better he get game time, even if it's somewhere else. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Bai is the type of player, like, I like Bai. And, you know, if it didn't work out here, we have to move on. We can't hold on to players, you know? That's also one of the reasons to why I just want the Glazers out, because it's the whole contract renewals and just giving players insane amount of money and just having them sit on the bench. It doesn't make sense. And then they end up going for free or whatnot. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, it's better for him to go elsewhere instead of, like you said, Nosa, to just sit on the bench. Yeah. But guys, I think we're gonna end it at that. That's basically, let me just do like a short little recap because I did not plan to be on the stream for a very long time. I have to go for a lunch, but your girl will be live again later tonight at 9 p.m. CET time. So it's already planned. So just click on the notification bell next to that video, and then you'll be notified when it will be live. That's going to be my, Man United Liverpool preview for the game on Monday. So we're going to be talking about that potential lineup, team news, and whatnot. What we're thinking, score predictions, and maybe just overall. Not, I mean, most of the focus will probably be about the Glazers, regardless. But yeah. So overall, what been talking about in this video, Maguire to Chelsea. Is it a potential? Is it true to that? Siri's trying to talk to me again. Siri, I'm not here for you, girl. Yeah. Does it lie some type of truth in it? We don't know. Potentially not. It might just be a way for the Glazers, the board, to just divert the conversation, to focus onto something else other than the Glazer out movement, but it's not working. We don't believe your BS. We're not here for that. So Chelsea put out in an inquiry that they wanted, looking at Maguire, we're just checking you out, and then potentially having a swap deal so that we, Man United, get Christian Pulisic in return on a potential loan deal, I think it was. But that would be very interesting if that happens. But there were also rumors that Maguire might potentially be sitting out for the Liverpool game. I don't think it would be a good idea for him to even play that game. I hope Eric, take the big call, brother. Uncle Eric, take the big call. Sit your captain on the bench. He's not your captain. He's not my captain. Not at all. He's not our captain. Let him sit on the bench, get Varane in, and let him play alongside with Lisandro Martinez. That's what I think. And Anthony's still pushing for a move, but I don't think we should be going for him. It's going to be hella expensive. So I think, in my opinion, we should probably go for maybe Cody Gakpo or another cheaper alternative. Bailly, loan deal, loan move to Marseille is confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. So yeah, and also it will be like a buy option as well. So most likely we're not going to see Bailly again in a Man United shirt. Unfortunate, but sometimes stuff like that happens. Spread your wings, Bailly. Kaka, spread your wings. Painu Mugisha says, thank you, Steer, for news. You're welcome, mate. Ghost says, at least we have the end of the McFred era. We got a world class DM coming. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Also agrees with you. Yes. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah. That's. I hope so. Imagine if we still suddenly see. No, I would. Oh my God, I will smash my head into the wall if I suddenly end up still seeing McFred. Hell no. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear McFred ever again. There's McTominay, there's Fred. We don't need to hear McFred together. You know what I'm saying? We don't. But guys, your girl, like I said, will be live later tonight for the preview of the Man United versus Liverpool at Old Trafford. Yes, the match preview. It's probably going to be, I mean, usually Man United Liverpool is the most watched, very often most watched, like, game of the season. The rivalry, the history there. But right now, because of the whole Glaze rap movement, a lot of it's going to be even more exposure to that game. So I feel like that game is going to be not just it's going to not really be about the game. It's going to be about something way more than that. Does that make sense? So, yeah, we're going to be talking about all of that, starting lineup and whatnot. So, if you are new here, I would love it if you subscribe. And of course, to everybody, give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you for being so um, active on the live chat. I really appreciate it. Keep me company. We're having great football discussions over here. Follow my FBL league. The code is here. I also do have a direct link in the description box, so just click on that. I do weekly updates for my fantasy league. Who's at the top of the table, who's at the bottom, and whatnot, and also weekly Premier League recaps as well, separate series. So yeah, a lot of content. Not just Man United. Everybody's welcome, even if you're not a Man United supporter. So yeah, I'm excited. I think actually Tottenham is playing right now. I won't be able to watch the game, but I've got to go. Going for lunch with a friend. So I wish you all a lovely day, night, evening, morning, day, afternoon, whatever you are, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you guys later tonight. Like I said, peace and love.